Today, we are facing an educational crisis. Despite high school diplomas, too many students are unprepared for adult life. From the time of Aristotle, formal schools educated the wealthy, and apprenticeships taught marketable trade skills to the middle and lower economic classes. Regardless of level or type of formal education received, all children were taught foundational skills that enabled them to become successful members of society. In the mid-1830s, Horace Mann, arguably the greatest advocate of the modern public school system, stated, "Jails and prisons are the complement of schools. So many less you have of the latter, so many more must you have of the former." America moved away from optional attendance and established the public system we use today. Most notably, mandatory attendance made education a basic opportunity for all classes, not a luxury for the wealth. However, even as recently as the early 1900s, many students left with an 8th grade education, going into trades and having successful adult lives. By World War II, high school diplomas became more common, but trades, not college, were still the norm. After World War II, the GI Bill offered many returning servicemen an opportunity to help pay for higher education. Further generations increased the college attendance rate, and by the 1980s, about half of high school graduates attended college. Today, high school followed by college is the only right way to success has become a mantra. Yet students are increasingly unprepared for college. And vocational skill programs have been almost entirely eliminated from the public school system. We generally accept the purpose of elementary school is to teach foundational skills, such as basic math and reading, that allow a student to be successful with high school courses. And in turn, high schools are expected to prepare students for their lives beyond graduation. One could argue high school graduation rates reaching a high of 82% in the 2013 to 2014 school year are a reflection of success. But others argue standards have been lowered to capture the highest number of graduates. Students are unfortunately finding themselves unprepared for college. How can this be? First, state regulation and college admission requirements are often disparate. The state of New Jersey only requires 1 year of foreign language for a high school diploma, yet universities such as Rowan and Rutgers require a minimum of 2 and strongly recommend 4. New Jersey students who follow the guidelines for graduation but apply to colleges out of state are at an even greater disadvantage. While New Jersey requires high school graduates to have only 3 years of mathematics, namely Algebra 1, Geometry, and a 3rd year that prepares them for college and 21st century careers, Pennsylvania State University requires most applicants to have completed Algebra 1 and Geometry, plus Algebra 2 and 1/2 unit of Trigonometry, Precalculus, or Calculus. While one could argue that it is a student's responsibility to prepare himself for an individual application, if the attitude is, you must go to college to find success, then shouldn't graduation standards reflect what colleges require of incoming students? Additionally, even students who go beyond graduation standards to meet a university's requirements for admissions may still not be ready for college-level material. A 2004 study from the Department of Education found 43% of all students attending public 2-year institutions and 29% of those attending public 4-year colleges said they had been required to enroll in remedial courses. Students who need remedial courses in college are far more likely to drop out. Only 19% of students in the high school class of 1992 who took 3 or 4 remedial courses had received a bachelor's degree by 2000. To gain insight into the experiences of these students, the authors of Diploma to Nowhere surveyed 688 remedial students in the spring of 2008. The most surprising find, one that the authors admit should cause our nation's leadership a great deal of concern, was that even the most motivated high school students found themselves in remedial courses. For example, 95% of the students reported that they did all or most of the work that was asked of them in high school, and nearly 80% thought they were ready for college when they graduated high school. Well, so then, what are high schools doing wrong? Well, perhaps the focus on everyone needs to be able to go to college has been distorted. A 2013 News and World Report shows there is a widening gap between post-college income. In 1965, the income difference between high school and college-educated students was approximately $7,500. However, by 2013, it became a chasm-like $17,500. College is being sold as, if you don't go, you are sentencing yourself to a depressed economic status. However, 1.2 million students drop out of college each year, be it for academic or financial reasons. If schools are truly serious about preparing students for both college and the 21st century, as current graduation standards require, then they need to prepare students for non-college careers. Would some of these college dropouts have benefited from being introduced to trade apprenticeships rather than college loan applications? In her article for Forbes magazine, Kathy Caprino states, over time, the push for higher education began to come at the expense of all other forms of education. Guidance counselors, my own included, warned us that anything less than a college degree will lead to something dark and dirty, something menial. Hollywood's treatment of tradesmen makes good comedy, but it also adds to the careers that don't require a college degree are for losers mentality. Between 2003 and 2013, apprentice school enrollment decreased by 40%, and by 2025, 25 million trade jobs are expected to be left unfulfilled. Vocational programs have also fallen from school curricula in favor of the college prep courses. But at what cost to both students and society? According to Mike Rowe, this deficit has the potential to bring the economy to its knees. Mr. Rowe has first-hand experience with the trades, as host of the successful television series Dirty Jobs, a series that showcased the blue-collar work that is often derided but essential for society's survival. In his 2017 testimony to Congress, Rose states, "When we took shop classes out of high school, we sent an unmistakable message to an entire generation of students. We told them, no, we showed them that a whole category of jobs was simply not desirable. Is it any wonder those are the very jobs that go begging today? The skill gap will never close until that perception is corrected. And the cost of college will never come down if we keep telling people a four-year degree is their only hope of being successful. We need an educational system that re-embraces and reaffirms the importance of the vocational arts. Yes, some careers require college. After all, I would like my cardiologist to have more than a high school understanding of anatomy. However, when he tells me to eat more fruits and vegetables to combat high cholesterol, without commercial truck drivers, there won't be any produce making its way to the store. The cost of shipping goods has a significant effect on the U.S. economy. According to the Federal Transportation Authority, as much as 5% of the U.S. gross domestic product is shipping costs. The cost of goods will only continue to increase as the demand for moving them rises disproportionately with the availability of drivers. School bus drivers have specific CDL endorsements. As such, school districts will find their own costs rising as drivers become even more scarce. Yet commercial drivers are universally derided, along with trades such as plumbing or electrical work. High schools are failing students who are better suited for trades by not providing support and educational options for trade-bound students, while focusing exclusively on college preparation. The idea of trades are only for those who can't handle college work becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy, rather than making trades an intentional career choice. The biggest issue facing American high schools right now is the graduates are unprepared for adult life. The ideals of all men are created equal will fuel the modern educational system, with the idea that all children should have equal opportunities for success, regardless of their economic background. However, this is not happening. First, schools need to review their college preparatory programs and align them with what colleges actually want students to know upon admission, and then reconfigure the actual courses so that students who go to college are prepared for the coursework. Most importantly, immediate changes in both attitude and opportunity are critical for students better suited to trades. Every student must be educated in a way that gives them the opportunity to be a successful adult should be school's guiding mantra, and districts need to quickly explore and implement changes to make this a reality.